Taurus, that could be a good one. If he's not gonna stomp him, he's in the red playing as the Berbers. We have me playing as the Teutons as his pocket. And we have Cuichet playing as the humans as the other pocket. And then we have OHB playing as Hindustani as his flank. On the other hand side, we have in the orange Trace. He is playing as the humans. And his pocket is Shark. 12, he's playing as the Teutons as his pocket. Then we have Ace Trooper playing as the Hindustani as the other pocket. And his flank is going to be Greg Hack playing as the Berbers. And yeah, let's pace it up a little bit. Thunderville has a close pocket. He will get there closely after Castle Age, I would say. That's gonna be huge, especially on the flank, getting the food early. If you want to go for the militia line, they're really food intense. And yeah, or you could even sell the food for some gold early on. For me, no pockets available in Castle Age, so I will need to be chopping those pockets, some stone, some gold towards my flank. There are 2 golds and 1 stone on the way, so that's gonna be picked up really nicely. For the human player, stone, gold, berries really close. Probably not reachable in Castle Age though. Maybe on the way to Imperial Age he will be able to get some of these resources already and get an extra TC down. Grey not having any close pockets to be accessible in the Castle Age though. In early Imperial there's a lot of gold on the upper side. On the downside in the south we have some empty space with some berries and some stone. The human player, he has some close berries nearby, but yeah, probably not accessible in Castle Age as we can see. Shark has the Teutons, no pockets whatsoever. On the way to his pocket though, 2 golds in 1 pocket, that is really juicy. Anything else is in the back, probably not accessible until late Imperial Age. Blue had an early pocket here. It's already way too late to talk about if he's gonna be able to access it in Castle Age, but I think he was. Considering his score, he is already far ahead in terms of chopping. And yeah, let's slow it down, because on this side we already have the action going. And as I said, the early food is helping out a lot if it comes to those close fights. And Thunder is really strong on the flank with the militia line rush. He knows how to pull it off. 20 farms, 35 on wood, 100 pop in total versus Greghead that is under pressure right now. He didn't had that much gold, and golden food is so important to have right on this spot. And yeah, the siege is gonna get focused down to prevent the enemy on getting more access, getting the wood down to be able to build more resources, to get more space, to be able to build more farms, resources, like farming space or whatever he needs. And idling those farms is already really huge. Greghack wasn't able to wall it off, and he is struggling. He was missing the tech supplies already that can hurt your food eco. As you can see, he is struggling. He might need to buy some food even. Ace Trooper though, with the good start here, he is coming to help his friend with the hand cannon. Still not enough to hold this push though. See if Thunderbolt can kit up the production As Berbers, do you even get supplies? Yes, you do. So he can spam those for a little bit longer. Meanwhile, I'm trying to get towards him, still a little bit away on the other side. Orange is trying the same stuff. But he is against Hindustanis, and Gray did a really good job in walling off the early push and getting those hand cannons. And Teal had a really good position to actually come in from the top side and completely destroy Orange's push. Shark is still not... He didn't even cut to his flank yet. He will not be able to help his flank side for a while. He is focusing on the back though, when I said he wasn't getting those resources until late Imperial Age, but yeah. But he is paying the his flank is paying the price right now, because he is getting pushed back, and he will not be able to hold for longer because he didn't try to cut space for eco. As you can see, his base is really compact. I'm helping out with the space for my flank a little bit more. My flank's push got completely wrecked by now. The hand cannons of the Hindustani with +2 range and even more armor, they are quite beefy and deadly. And yeah, let's see if we can pull this off with the siege onagers behind. The melee armor will not help in case those hand cannons hit, and some juicy shots by Sun Devil here. Low score right now. He is struggling. He spent all his food onto the two-handed swordsman. And humans do get access to siege onagers, so let's see if Guichet is getting the upgrade right now. He is not. Instead, he's going for some elite step lancers that are probably only missing the less armor upgrade. Yes, they do. But full attack and 14 onagers already. They will miss out on the siege engineers upgrade, so they will have one less range as the Teutons. And Trey is one of the better players here on this side, but he has already to run towards his pocket. And meanwhile, with some onager shots, we can pick off even more of the expensive gold units. Some pikemen spam. And pikemen are kind of fine. It's not the best unit, but they're against any cavalry spam. They're doing quite a good job. And as just a mere shield, I had to learn that the hard way, that even pikeman spam is just to block any kind of choke points and be a meat shield, a cheap meat shield that can produce really fast. So the siege behind can carry the game. And as you can see, no melee armor for my units yet. Here got 20 siege onagers by now. But as well as all purple, and purple has 250 pop. We have some bombard cannons behind from the Hindustani though. They will focus the siege on. As you can see, those shots, I don't think OHB microed the bombard cannons. They are just on attack mode, defense attack mode, and they will focus enemy SO. I didn't know about that. It's a really nice feature, a really nice mechanic by those bombard cannons. They will focus units, buildings, or units. They will focus the siege first if they are in range, and then they will hit the buildings. And yeah, it's really nice to clean up those buildings to keep up the pressure. Yeah, those hand cannons, bye bye, sir. Now it's not a good time to have those hand cannons without any bombard cannon behind them to snipe the enemy. Siege onagers like on this side. Really nice job to add some of the bombard cannons. And yeah. Let's see if Shark can hold versus 2. He let his flank almost die in early imp. See how Green got pressured early on, but he is on 30 farms and 200 pop. Still under pressure by the pikeman spam. He is still adding stables because he will rely on the gunpowder units from blue that are messing up, but the micro is really not there. The bombard cannon just going into the enemy, into the front line. What is he doing with the micro? Let's check what he is doing. He's micro his farms, he doesn't pay attention what his military units are doing. Green is gonna lose even more ground. Red is asking for more SO, as always. SO are so important, but it's really rough to keep the spam up, because they are quite expensive. As you can see, no gold in the bank, just a few wood left to sell. And yeah. Let's check Trace. He is really down bad. He's at 140 pop. That's not too good. It's really not too good. He's spamming pikeman though. And probably will receive some sling, but will it be enough? He finally has some bombard cannons with the melee armor. I don't know if it helps too much. I don't know if it helps against siege onagers and bombard cannons, but I think it will help probably a lot. A little bit against one of the other units. Now the mass, it's how many hand cannons are this? It's a lot of hand cannons. 122 hand cannons now. And yeah, that is quite deadly, especially if you're struggling for gold to get those onagers onto the field and try to prevent those cavalry charging onto the siege. Yeah, the infantry, a huge onager shot onto the bombard cannons here. The gathering points by purple is not accurate at all. See how many hand cannons OHB has. He is only at 60. And yeah, we need some... I need some Hussar action by red to help out. They have 6 pierce armor. It's a lot more than... have more HP, more pierce armor than the pikemen. And they can charge, like you can see, they can charge the SO, and even though they have extra melee armor, it will not be enough. But huge onager shots onto the hand cannons. Yeah, finally some siege. And I am struggling to hold against the massive army spam here. Finally getting some pikeman spam here. I was looking on that side. OHB at 50 hand cannons by now. Siege onager spam is there from tier. But let's see if the one range is actually making a difference in those pathing problems. One range can be massive. Yeah, as you can see, the onager shots are really massive onto tier. Some trade already started between tier and OHB, Küche. some trade already up for the other hand side. They already have cut it all the way to each of the teammates. We are still in favor on this side, I would say. Orange still pretty low on pop. Let's see how he's doing. He's coming back though. He has tons of wills in the queue. He will be back in no time and will be with some sling. He will be able to get some siege onagers onto the field as well. He has a relic and maybe adding some trade later on. Red is struggling as well though. He is still only spamming pikes. I finally got, oh, those onagers are stacked. If I get hit by a bombard cannon there, it would have been deadly. How many siege onagers are this? 15. Is it enough to clean up those hand cannons and massive shots on them? The other side, no bombard cannons, or in the back they have some bombard cannons, but it's mainly black that has some siege engines here. And let's see, oh, the shots. He used the time window. He got lucky with the time window. As you can see, they shoot the onagers first. And yeah, it's a really nice trade by black, who is spamming more bombard cannons. They can actually move a little bit forward. I think they have the hand cannon mass on the side. On the top side, the field is spammed by anti-cavalry units because green, what he was doing all day was hussar spam and hussar spam, and let's see if he can keep up the production. He only is producing out of one castle, I think, or two castles right now. That's not enough to be able to hold against the pikeman spam, and finally we get some hussars going by red, and the trade is running, struggling. It is bugging out. No cut towards our bases though yet. Yeah, now the SO with the mass pikes in front and some cavalry to distract the enemy. Cavalry to just get in front or maybe get into the back. They are tankier than the pikemen. Two-handed swordsman. By blue, I don't like that one. Now they're starting to lose ground. There is going to be a comeback by Trace though. I think he has the pop now to be able to help out his teammates on the top side with some onagers. Blue and green, they have no onager tags, so that's why they are struggling. And blue with the two-hand swordsman probably better than 120 hand cannons that can get right by one shot. Do I even realize it? Where are the shots? Here they are. Massive wipe onto the hand cannons. Even the few champions cannot do that much. And as the Teutons, you already know what's gonna happen if the two-handed swordsman span will continue. We have access to the Teutonic Knight that is massively strong against all those melee units. Green got to a fairly decent amount of cavalry archers, but he is getting raided by red, by Sun Devil, and he needs to take care of that. Same for OHB, who is starting to get some raids onto the wood line that will hurt the gold eco as well as the wood eco. Trace is not really into the game though. He is not really there yet. He tries to add some trade for the long term. If he is not gonna be able to add trade here, it is probably GG. But he also needs to help his teammate Shark that was focusing a lot on eco early Imperial Age to get all the space he needed. But he couldn't hold versus two players. But can he hold long enough till Trace trade is actually paying off here. Let's check the statistics, how many relics we do have for each team. We have 4 relics for me and 2 for Shark, 2 for Trace and 2 for Rishi. So quite favored for our team. You can already see the traps coming in, more bombard cannons. This wood line is getting pressured by bombard cannons. When this wood line will be gone, it's gonna be a massive front line, and cavalry can be huge here. One huge cavalry charge onto Orange's wood line, and it will be GG. Purple is trying to hold the push from 2 players. But he's getting low on the pop. He deleted he lost or he deleted a lot of farming and wood eco. I think the raids killed some of his wood eco, most of his wood eco. His farming eco is not the greatest either. He has no trade cuts. I think this will be an end soon. And the towers from red killing all the woodliners from orange, who was struggling the whole time to get any eco up and running. Green untouched though, and finally they have SO versus my SO and the massive amount of camera raiders. They're helping out a lot. Finally a good mix by blue as well, but will it be enough? Is it not too late? What the heck are those bombard cannons doing? Bro! Blue is not paying attention at all to his troops, is he though? I'm not sure. He is completely maxed out. He just really need to focus on the military production and the micro. And if Purple doesn't get any help here in terms of res or military units, it is gonna be rough. Anyone else is maxed out. Imperial camels by OHB versus the step lancers by Orange. They won't be able to do anything with the handguns, with the pikemen in front. I don't think step lancers are any good idea here. You can go for the hussar spam. They are just cheap as hell. Red space looking not so good though. He's trying to get some raids in. But yeah, his food eco is a goner.
Etwas Nahrung, bitte.
Who dies first? Who is dead first? I think they really need to focus down on Shark here. OHB and Kushi, they did a really good job early on, and I think they're already really close towards the enemy trade. Red Space is a goner, those. He takes really hard losses. Let's check his population. He is down to 200 pop, and it will drop even more. Oh, those traps, misplay. Misplay by OHB here. Loses all his siege for nothing. Paladin strong, cleaning up everything here. We took heavy losses down our side. Really need to reboom here. Champion so strong with the camel play here. But yeah, they are on free on the top side now. They really want to kill us in the top side. Really took some heavy losses here, but Shark left alone here by his teammates. They are losing trade now as well, and we are pushing Deep Blue into the trade of the enemy team. Let's see if they actually start to lose some trade here. They are trading on the bottom side, but they are getting closer. What the hell is going on here? Oh, we start to get some raids onto the enemy trade, but we are being raided already, losing access to the relics. My farming eco is down by quite a lot. Sun Devil, he is trying to get those farms up as well. Down to 30 farms, no hustle from him. But now the raids are unstoppable. Shark is completely dead by now. He took a beating. And I don't think he can recover from that beating anymore. But let's see. Green is really good into the game. He has an untouched eco for almost the whole game by now. Only the early game when he was pressured by red. And that can be the difference between rushing and playing defense. When you can defend from the early push and get a better eco setup. For Shark it didn't play out that well. I guess better pocket wins. Orange already. Orange did a really good job in recovering. Let's see how Shark can do. He's trying to get it done. But he's unstoppable here, I think. And a pikeman on the top protecting any raids. And paladins, paladins, paladins. They're one of the strongest units in the game. They really struggle against halberdiers. No Imperial camels by blue though. Even though I had paladins onto the field since a long time by now. And green still only hussars and some camel archers. I guess the hussars so cheap to spam. It doesn't matter. Red finally getting his pikemen into the mix and the raids. And the cut by Orange did a cut. Oh, Woodline's getting raided, but we have the whole bottom side left with wood. The top side is almost gone and controlled by our team. The enemy team is really gonna struggle for some wood here. If they can wall it off, it's probably not gonna accomplish very much because we are pressuring the enemy. And they already lost huge amount. They already lost a lot of trade. And I think Thunder will totally recovered by now. Yes, indeed. He is getting those farms down. He has some wood to sell. And he is pressuring the siege workshop from Shark. Really good. Really nice play by Cuissier here. Pressuring and holding and walling and OHB clearing up the bottom side. So if we lose the top side, it won't matter too much because we always can fall down to the other side. That is some weird action. What the heck were they doing there? How long is this game going on? Can Shark, is he able to come back? Trace is in the back into the game, but lost some of his trade as well. Is not able to keep up the pressure here. The cut is completely denied. Now we are on the wood line of Trace. That will hurt a lot. That's down ton of his farming eco. Everything is here because they didn't had any space where he was going to. He just built in the middle of the map, and that's most likely not the best place for eco. There's a lot of stone, a lot of stuff open on the bottom, but they would need space for purple and for orange. That is losing massive amounts of space here. And GG is called. Red is getting into the trade. Green cannot hold versus two players here. And what a game. What a game. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Greg Hack. He didn't want to give up. Give up. He wanted to win this game. Obviously, he took a beating early game, but then he was doing a really great job in pushing back his enemy flank player. And yeah, really well played by OHB and Cliché on the other hand side. Shark couldn't handle the 2v1 and Trace was not coming back in time. Total units killed. Indeed, Crackhack wasted a lot of units into those Onagers and the Paladins of mine, and even Ace Trooper not tacking into Imperial camels like OHB did was a huge difference. As you can see, OHB with a really nice KD